This is going to be my guide for optimizing a Windows 11 PC for gaming. I've got an actual list here of things I wrote down on paper. Everything I'm about to go over in this video is going to definitely boost your FPS and lower your lag, especially if you don't have any of these already taken care of. And there's also a few things in here that I don't really see on other videos very often that I do myself, and I think they have a huge impact. If this video helps you out, you gotta leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And bonus points if you leave a comment too. Alright, starting with the first thing, which is going to be one of the more simple ones, is going to be, whoops, wrong thing, game mode. You want to go to your system settings, find your game mode, just make sure that's on. Pretty self-explanatory, it's called game mode, but just make sure that is on. Once you've got game mode enabled, the next thing we're going to do is go to the graphics settings in your Windows settings. You can actually find it right here under game mode, at least in my case. Click graphics right here, and then you're going to click advanced graphics settings and have this drop down here. And of course, you can always navigate to this in different ways, but I just did it that way because it was easy. Now here, you're going to want to change a few things. First is make sure you have optimizations for Windows games turned on, especially if you're like me and you play full screen borderless or in windowed because you want to switch monitors and things. This is going to make sure that your PC is getting really good performance even if you're playing in like windowed and not in actual full screen exclusive. Then under this advanced graphics settings that we opened up, you also want to make sure you have hardware accelerated GPU scheduling on. And then in my case, I have variable refresh rate on. I looked up if this could affect latency. It probably doesn't really, so I just would recommend leaving that on. I do know there's instances in certain systems where you might want to try turning HAGS, as it's called for short, hardware accelerated GPU scheduling off. I think for most people, just leave it on. If you are having like stuttering issues and stuff, it's something you could try turning off, but for most people, just leave it on. It will overall help. The next thing we're going to do is edit our power plan. This is another simple one that a lot of people do. You can come down here and start to type in power, click edit power plan, or actually go over here to power options. You can find it a few different ways, but you want to get to this menu here in the control panel. I have one called ultimate performance that I'm on. If I can find out the thing I use to do this, I'll make a video on it. Actually, I'll just make a dedicated video on how to do this soon. So stay tuned and subscribe for that. But even if you don't have this, basically all you want to do here is check high performance. It's going to just favor performance over saving energy, which you kind of want when you're gaming if you're trying to get the most FPS. If you don't have this ultimate performance option, I wouldn't worry about it too much for this video. Just click high performance. It's going to be better than the balanced default. The next thing we're going to do is actually go to our GeForce or NVIDIA app rather. They changed it. It's no longer the GeForce experience. Go to your NVIDIA app, and here there's a few things you can do. First, make sure your drivers are updated. You can even do a clean install if you want. Whenever you do this, you can click custom installation here and then click clean install and then continue, and it's going to update them and do a clean install, which can help some issues and boost performance for sure. So definitely make sure you have that updated. And of course, this is for NVIDIA graphics cards. If you have AMD, you can probably do a similar type of thing. But what I really wanted to show you here, and it's something that I don't really see other people doing or talking about, is you want to go into your settings of your NVIDIA app, and you want to go to NVIDIA Overlay and turn this off. For the longest time, I had stuttering issues and FPS drops and bad FPS in games, and I just didn't really know why, because I used the NVIDIA Overlay for the colors because they have a color filter, and it was great, but it was causing me a ton of issues, and my performance and just smoothness of my game went up so much, so I always turn this off. I don't see people talking about it very much, but I absolutely hate the NVIDIA Overlay. Turn that off, especially if you're having stuttering issues and things like that. I think it can resolve that, especially in Warzone. I was having bad issues with the stuttering and frame times all over the place, and it was because of the NVIDIA Overlay in my case, so definitely I highly recommend to turn NVIDIA Overlay off. Next, while we're on the topic of NVIDIA, we're going to right-click our desktop, click Show More Options, and open up the NVIDIA control panel. And here we're going to go over just a few settings that can help overall. First, go to Manage 3D Settings, and this you want to basically just copy what I have here. Now you can go to Program Settings here. You can actually select a specific program or game like this. You can click here, and I could go, Escape from Tarkov, and you can actually set specific settings for it, which I would recommend if you're really trying to squeeze performance out of a certain game. But in general, you're going to be able to go to Global Settings for this video and just copy the ones I have here. I'm just going to scroll by them. I really didn't change too much from the default, I don't think. You just pause the video if you'd like. I'll talk about a couple of them that I know for sure you want to change, and that's going to be a couple here, including Power Management Mode. You want this on Prefer Maximum Performance. Shader cache size, you can also turn this to 10 gigabytes. And then quality for texture filtering, change that to high performance. Make sure your threaded optimization is on auto. And then other than that, make sure your vertical sync is off. I think that's important. And other than that, you can probably just copy these. And again, if you want to look up specific games settings for this, certain games might have specific little settings you could tweak here. But overall, I think by changing those things I just talked about right there, that'll get you a little more performance for your NVIDIA graphics card. Next thing I'm going to recommend is just go to check for updates and just update your Windows. See, I've got a little update here. I just think updating your Windows can fix issues and stuff. Sometimes it can introduce issues though. So you got to be careful of that. You know, sometimes they release a new update and it causes issues. Same thing with the NVIDIA drivers. That can always happen. Make sure all your drivers and stuff are up to date. You want to make sure, you know, you got all the major updates here, and then you can go to advanced options down here. Go to optional updates and see I've got a little optional update here, which might have been the one it was showing me earlier, but let's make sure your PC in general is up to date, and that's generally just a good practice. Another simple thing I always do on every computer is right click your taskbar, go to task manager, or however you want to bring it up. But then you want to go to startup apps, and you just want to make sure everything here is disabled, that you don't need opening up and launching every time you start up your computer. It's just going to make startup last longer, and you're going to have more background tasks just running, things you don't really need. Like I don't always use Steam, so I have Steam disabled. Otherwise, Steam's just going to start every time you start your computer, and it's going to be running in the background, even if I'm playing Call of Duty on Battle.net, which I often do. So I just leave it off, but it's really personal preference on something like that. Just make sure you don't have any junk on here starting that you don't need. And then also, if you're not sure what something is, I would recommend just leaving it enabled if you're not sure. That's just generally a safe thing to do. The next one is going to be your refresh rate. So go to display settings down here in your settings. You can just search it. Then you want to scroll down and go to advanced display under related settings. And here I have a 240 Hz monitor, so just make sure it's set to whatever refresh rate your monitor should be or that you want it set to. In my case, I have a 240 Hz monitor I just got, so I make sure that that is on 240. Otherwise, you will not get the benefit of your high refresh rate if you don't set it right here in the Windows settings. Also, in terms of refresh rate, you want to go back to your NVIDIA control panel real quick. And I'm not really sure if one or the other really matters or if they both. I think changing that other one changes this one, but I always just like to go in here and make sure that my refresh rate under the NVIDIA control panel and then under the change resolution tab here, I always just like to make sure that it's also set properly. So that's just another thing you can double check to make sure you're getting your proper refresh rates. Now I'm going to go over one that I have done for years that I discovered myself, especially when I had a worse computer back in the day that I actually changed the name of it. But what you want to do is you want to go down here, you want to type in services. You should be able to see this services system thing, and it should open like this. If you can't find it that way, you can also go to your run and you can type in services.msc. It'll open up the same thing here. So then what you want to do is scroll down until you get to the S's. And what we're going to do is look for one that's called SysMain, S-Y-S main. So down here, mine's actually running. That's surprising. I'm glad I'm checking this. I don't know why it's running. So this is just going to eat up resources for no good reason. It says it maintains and improves system performance over time. Especially when I had a bad computer, this was basically just eating up all my memory. So if you have high memory usage and you don't know why, this could be the culprit in my experience. So what you want to do is change your startup type to disabled so that it doesn't start every time you start your computer. Then you click stop, and then it's going to stop it. And then you want to just apply this, click OK. You might need to hit a system restart for this to fully take effect, but that's going to really help for some people. Now, everything we've done up to this point has been really safe. The next two things I'm going to suggest definitely will improve performance, but they come with a little bit of a security trade-off. So we're going to come down here in the search bar. We're going to go to core isolation in the system settings. Under memory integrity, you want to turn this off, this core isolation. This is definitely going to improve your FPS. And I think as long as you're a person that is very careful what you're downloading and what sites you go to, and you have Windows Defender installed and running properly on your system, I don't think you'll have any issues, and it will help your FPS. If you're somebody that's always on sketchy websites downloading stuff and have a history of getting viruses, then you probably just want to leave this on and it's not worth it. But for other people like me that are very careful with what they're downloading and things, you can turn this off and it will boost your performance for sure. And along those same lines, there's going to be another setting here which I actually just read about, and I'm actually going to try it out myself, but it can definitely improve performance. Windows actually even suggests or claims that it does improve performance, so that's why I'm going to try it. But you want to come down here, you want to type turn Windows features on or off. It's going to open up this little window here, if you can see that. I don't know if I can make it any bigger, not really. So we're going to scroll down here and you want to go to virtual machine platform and uncheck this. Again, this is one that comes with a bit of a security risk. If you want to be careful, just leave it alone, just like that last one. But if you want to maximize performance on your system, Microsoft themselves has said that this can help with gaming FPS. So I'm going to go ahead and disable that and click OK. And then next time I restart my computer, that will take effect. As you can tell, it just completed that little loading menu right there. And now it says Windows completed. And then you can go ahead and click restart now whenever you're ready. But for now, I'm going to click don't restart. I'm going to restart after this video. We've just got a couple more things that are important to cover here. First is you can go to your notifications. Just type in notifications down here. Turn this off. See, I had mine on. I'm pretty sure I turned that off the other day. I don't know how I got back on. But anyways, turn that off. And it's just going to save annoying notifications you probably don't look at from popping up and running in the background, just wasting a little bit of resources. It's not too big of a deal, but that's something I just like to turn off. Another thing in terms of gaming optimization, this isn't necessarily FPS related, but you want to go to your mouse settings, and especially if you're playing mouse and keyboard games, or you want to go here and then you want to go to additional mouse settings down here. It's going to open this little window, and then you want to go over to pointer options and you want to make sure enhanced pointer precision is not checked. This will add basically lag to your mouse and you won't be as accurate when you're playing Counter-Strike or Valorant or whatever. So just make sure that's off, and then you're good to go there on the mouse settings. Another thing that's good to do every so often is go down here and just type temp, and it's going to come up here with a delete temporary files in your system settings. This is something that's just good to do every once in a while because your PC builds up temporary files. Sometimes you can get a lot of them. They kind of bog down your system just a little bit. So it's good to just go ahead and clear those. You can do that by just coming up here to, it's trying to populate everything on my computer right now. But you can go ahead and click temporary files here and click remove files. Just be careful here with what you're downloading. For instance, downloads here is not checked because I don't want to delete my downloads at this time, but you can check that if you want to clear your downloads as well. But look through this list and make sure you're not deleting anything you want to keep, like anything in your recycling bin or your downloads. But overall, these you can usually just clear, especially this temporary files one right here. I only have 2 megabytes of that right now, so it's not too bad for me at the moment. But definitely you can clear some of these and it can improve your performance. And my final tip is going to be use Ethernet to improve your network. If you don't use Ethernet and you're able to use Ethernet, I highly recommend it. It's going to improve your experience in gaming, lower your ping probably and your latency and all that, and you're not going to have your ping spike issues and packet loss that can happen over Wi-Fi. So those are maybe not everything, but a majority of everything I do on my gaming PC to optimize it to get the most FPS and the smoothest experience possible. If you enjoyed this video or it helps you out, please come back, leave a comment and let me know. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.